So Fulham 0, Arsenal 3. Gabriel Jesus is back. Trossardinho, hat-trick of assists. Apparently, he's the first player in Premier League history to get a hat-trick of assists in the first half of football, which is insane. What a player. Who's Midrik? Great response after a couple of lackluster performances where we've given up a lot of chances. Fantastic performers out there today, Jez. And listen, we blew them away in the first half. It could have been 5 or 6. And second half, just a case of just getting out of there with a clean sheet and sit back and defend properly. We see Man City yesterday, I wouldn't say luckily nick a win because they didn't concede a shot on target, but we're going up against a manager and a team that know how to do it. And this is a rookie manager with a rookie team. We're 5 points clear again, mate. How did you see that today?
Oh, great performance all round the park. Everybody there today put a shift in. And dare I say it, probably the best bench we've had in a very, very long time. Quality players on the bench. And the ones that did come off the bench put in a decent shift as well. So I can't find any fault at all today. I thought that was total commanding. We totally bossed Fulham. Tricky place to go, especially in their in seventh spot. I think I'm right in saying that's the highest finishing place they've ever finished in seventh.
Yeah, seventh's their highest. Yeah,
I think I'm right. Yeah, and we actually outclassed them. Could have been 5, could have been 6. Goal disallowed, which I think it was. Martinelli was just a shade off, but great game, fantastic. I wish I'd been there, and I'm so happy for Kenny. It's his birthday today, so big up to Kenny. Happy birthday, man. What a great way to celebrate your 51st birthday. Awesome, brilliant.
No, it was great. From the first minute, we looked like we had the energy, the tempo, and I don't know whether that was the fact that we had Jesus and Trossard back in because both of them were major doubts for this game. Obviously, we knew that both were in training. Obviously, Odegaard missed him midweek as well. He was ill and he was straight back in the team. He was superb today. Yeah, what a goal he scored as well. But maybe that gave the rest of the squad a boost. It definitely gave the fans a boost. Kenny said the fans were like, wow, let's go. Yeah, Trossard, Jesus, Odegaard. Obviously, Tierney missed midweek. He was on the bench, came on in the second half as well. But, the fact that we've seen Man City apply pressure again, getting out of Palace with a 1-0, which, listen, we've been to Palace many times and not got a 1-0. We've been on the wrong end of a 1-0 or a 3-0 at times. But 2 points clear. We had to make a statement today, especially after the Bournemouth game last week, especially after the Villa game, especially after other games that we've had. The Lisbon game, we were sloppy at times. But today, that was probably our best performance, Jez, since before the World Cup. That was going back and rolling it back. I even said to Kenny, I said, some of the play, the one touch, the interaction, the movement, Fulham couldn't deal with our movement. It was almost like going back to the Wenger days, pass and move, one touch, back heels, Thomas Partey. The amount of times I see players getting nutmegged today, from our players nutmegging them. Joy to watch that today, man. It really, really was.
Oh, I mean, I'll tell you what, our midfield today, nobody, I don't care, Man City, Liverpool, if we play like that against Liverpool away, Man City away, we'll get something out of the game because nobody could deal with that midfield today. Partey was immense. He was calm, collective. His ball distribution was incredible. And it does show the calming influence he has in that team. He doesn't panic. He is so I'm going to make a comment here which people are going to criticize and crucify me today. Very much Vieira-esque today. Took control, he distributed the ball, he was all around, he was in the mix all the time. Odegaard, calming, didn't do anything really bad. And scored the control to score that goal, you've got to give the man credit. And I totally agree with you. This is probably the best performance in control we've had since before the World Cup. Ben White today, awesome. Really awesome. I thought the shakiest player at the start was actually our goalkeeper.
I think he was bored, Jez. He thought, "Oh, sorry, we're 2-0 up. They ain't had a shot yet. Let him have a goal."
Yeah, have a shot at me. Let me do something. I'm standing there. I'm freezing my nuts off down by the River Thames. I'm sure it wasn't very warm there today. So come and have a go at me. And but fair play. Second half, he was a lot better. I mean, let's be honest. They hit the crossbar, banging header. But Mitrovic didn't do a lot, did he? Because we commanded him. And I can't fault. I mean, my player ratings will reflect it, Lee, when we do those, of what I thought of that team today and what I thought of the manager. I thought it was a fantastic performance.
I'm glad you thought the manager up, because second half, I thought Saka did really well in the first half. I thought everyone, outfield players, like the goalkeeper gave us a few hairy moments in the first half. Yeah, but all the outfield players in the first half, I thought were electric, mate. They were absolutely quality. Second half, I don't know if Saka got a knock. I don't know if he was worn out. I don't know if he was just tired, whatever. I don't know. But second half, he was the only one really that looked a little bit off the pace in the second half. He was sloppy, giving the ball away a little bit. Yeah, and like had a chance where he should have shot and took an extra touch. And fair play to the manager, which is why I'm glad you brought the manager up, because they must be watching my watch along. Because I said, yo, get him off, get Jesus on, bring some other players on, rest him up. He took Zinchenko off as well for Tierney. And that's the luxury you get when you're 3-0 up away from home.
Yeah.
With 20 minutes to go, you can actually take your better players off and you can rest and recuperate. Yeah, and I like that today, because normally in previous months and previous seasons, Saka, despite even not doing so great in the second half as first halves, he's normally kept him on. But the fact that we've now got Jesus back, Trossard's been good for Martinelli, with Odegaard sourcing out as well. We've actually got options there. Reece Nelson came on as well. They've set up Odegaard for a cracking chance that he put over. But we've got options there now. And coming into this last 11 games, Jez, you've seen enough titles, mate. Yeah, you need your best players to step up. And Saka today, I thought, great first half. Fair play to the manager for taking him off second half. Rest him up a little bit.
The thing is, we've been cautious in calling it about, are we going to win the Premier League? Right now, we are majorly in the mix right now. We have got a full squad almost back. And this is the sort of thing, Lee, that could get us just over that line. It could just about tip us over. And I actually think if we continue to play as we did today, Liverpool are misfiring. All right, okay. The 7-0 Man United, everybody was gassing it up. Well, they didn't do too well yesterday, did they? So I think we're in the mix massively. Man City, 2 points behind us. Now they're 5 points. And we go away to West Ham, is it? Or home to West Ham?
No, we've got Palace next weekend, and they've got Burnley in the Cup, which means that we can go 8 points clear before international break. Yeah. The first game back, we're at home to Leeds. They're at home to Liverpool. So if we can go 8 points clear, international break for 2 weeks, Pep's not going to be going crazy because he's got most of his squad going on international break. Yeah, and then the first game they've got back is Liverpool at the Etihad. We've got to hope that it's the Liverpool that turned up against Man United and not the one that turned up yesterday against Bournemouth. And if we can beat Leeds, all of a sudden we've got a little 10, 9, whatever points cushion. Yeah. And then we play Liverpool. Yeah, I will fully, if we're in that position, go there, park the bus, get out of jail, 0-0. Take a 0-0. Yeah. And then a couple of weeks later, we then play Man City. And if we can just keep chipping away at games with a 6, 7, 8, 9 point gap, all of a sudden we go into May. The title's ours, Jez. Because barring a complete capitulation like last season, which I don't think we're going to do. No. Yeah, last season we fell away with 3 games to go, 4 points clear of Tottenham. I don't see that happening this season, mate. Saliba, Jesus, Zinchenko, Trossard, have all come into that team from last season. Yeah, and they've all took us levels. The manager has to take mad credit as well. Yeah, because he's learning and he's learned this season. Eddie, you got to run, cool. All of a sudden, Eddie's out injured. Not quite sure if he is. I don't know. What's the injury? But he gave him a run. Yeah, and fair play to Eddie. Listen, as much as we knock him, them 2 points that he got us against Man United, we would have started the day behind City on goal difference without them 2 points. So last minute winner, everyone would have chipped in. If we win the league, Jez, yeah, number one, we fully deserve it. And number two, every single one of them deserves credit. Every single one of them, even the squad players like Turner and players like that. Yeah, because nobody gave us a prayer. Even the most ardent Arteta fan, yeah, didn't think we'd be in a title race. And the fact that we're still 5 points clear when we was 5 points clear before the World Cup, we've chipped off all of them games without Jesus and 5 points clear. Mate, man, Pep must be like, he's got no air anyway, but he must be sitting there scratching his head thinking, this is hard work. But at the same time, they have gone the distance 4 out of the last 5. In fact, they've gone the distance 5 out of the last 5, missing out narrowly with Liverpool as well. So we've got to stay on it. But today, that was a mad confidence boost, man. Mad confidence.
Huge. Absolutely huge. And I think that, I'm going to say this at the end of the season, Lee, you're going to have to take some credit because obviously Airport Albert was watching on his iPad when he said, make the substitutions now. And he did. So fair play to you for calling it.
Yeah, he took Saka off. I said take Saka off. A minute later, he took him off.
Yeah,
listen, people, make sure you sub to JEZ'S channel, link in description, Arsenal history and more. We're going to do player ratings shortly. Go and check Kenny Ken's fan cam out. That's out. Mine is still doing the checks, but it will be out. And then this one, and then obviously Matty as well. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled for all of them. We're out of here, people. Layers. Up the Arsenal.